Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Hi everyone, welcome to Yarnsensation. I have really missed you guys. It's been a while since I have recorded, but hopefully I'm back again for a little while. I just had a setback with my health, so I'm feeling a little better, so I just wanted to get back to everyone and share another project with you. Okay, so what we will be making will be our little snowman. I just wanted to do this one, give the kids a little fun project to work on, or a fun project where they can have to put a snowman together, build a snowman, kind of like the real thing, like a snowy day and making a snowman. Okay, so let's get started. To get started, you want to chain 2. Next, you want to place 6 single crochets into that second chain. Place your stitch marker in the last single crochet made. For round 2, you will place a total of 2 single crochets into each single crochet around. You will have a total of 12 single crochets. Once you get back to your stitch marker, remove your stitch marker and place 2 single crochets into that stitch. Remember to place your stitch marker back into the last single crochet that you made for this round and for each round. And okay, remember as you're creating your snowballs, not to close the centers. You need them open, not too much, just enough to where that magnet can be seen through and where the magnet cannot fall through. And remember not to tighten your tails when you're creating that center, because it will close it and you need it open. So at this point you can go ahead and cut your yarn tail. Okay, for round 3 you will start with 1 single crochet into that first single crochet, and we will be increasing for this round. So the next single crochet you will place 2 single crochets. The next will be 1 single crochet. The next will be 2 single crochets. So you just want to repeat that around to your stitch marker. The pattern will be 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and we will meet back at our stitch marker. Okay, I am back at the stitch marker. Just remove it and remember, place your last 2 single crochets here, and remember to place your stitch marker back in that last single crochet. Okay, for round 4 will be another increase row. So you want to place 1 single crochet into that first single crochet, 1 single crochet into that next single crochet, and 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. And this will be our pattern going around. You will place 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, and 2 single crochets in the next, and we will meet back at our stitch marker. Okay, I am back at the stitch marker. Just remove it, and yes, place your last 2 single crochets, place that stitch marker back. Okay, so next we will be at round 5, and this will be another increase round. So in that first single crochet, place 1 single crochet. In the next single crochet, place a single crochet. In the next single crochet, place a single crochet. In the next single crochet, place 2 single crochets. And that will be our pattern going around to a stitch marker. So you want 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and 2 single crochets in the next, and we will meet back at our stitch marker. Okay, I am back at the stitch marker. Remove it and complete the last 2 single crochets. Place that stitch marker back. Okay, so for round 6, 7, 8, and round 9, we will single crochet around. So for the next 4 rounds will be single crochet rounds. So you just want to place a single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next, and you're just going to continuously single crochet around your circle, and at this point it will start curving, so do not let that worry you. Just continue around to your stitch marker, and remember, when you get to your stitch marker, remove it, place that last single crochet, place that stitch marker back into that stitch, to that single crochet you just made, and just continue around, and we will meet back at round 10. Okay, so I am ready for round 10, and round 10 will be a decrease round. So to get started, in your next single crochet, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and then over the next 2 stitches will be our decrease. So we just want to insert our hook into the next stitch. We'll pull up a loop, insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and you will have 3 loops on the hook, and just pull your yarn through all 3 loops. Decrease complete. So that will be our pattern back around to our stitch marker. So we will work the next set together. 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, and a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So insert our hook, pull up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, insert our hook into the next single crochet, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull your hook through all 3 loops, and you just want to repeat that pattern around. So you will have a total of 1 single crochet in the first single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then you do your decrease over the next 2. We will repeat our pattern back around to our stitch marker, and we will meet back. Okay, I am 1 stitch away from my stitch marker, so I'm going to do my decrease and move my stitch marker and complete my decrease in that stitch marker stitch. And remember, place your stitch marker back into that decrease. Okay, so we completed round 10. Round 11 will be a decrease round. So you just want to place 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, complete your decrease. And when you're completing your decrease, it's turning 2 stitches into 1. So you just will have that 1 stitch up top. And you just want to repeat that pattern around. So 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next, and complete your decrease. Oops. And you just want to repeat your pattern back, complete your last decrease. It'll end in that stitch with your stitch marker. Remove that stitch marker and place it into the decrease that you've just made, and we will meet back. Okay, I have completed my last decrease for round 11. So let's get started with round 12, another decrease round. So you want to place 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and you will decrease over the next 2 stitches. And you just want to repeat that pattern around. You will do your 1 single crochet and then your decrease, and just repeat it around back to your stitch marker. Remember, complete your last decrease at your stitch marker, remove that stitch marker, place it in that decrease that you just made, and we will meet back. Okay, everyone, we have completed our 12 rows, and at this point, make sure that you have cut that yarn tail, because you want to turn your work. You're just flipping it so that the right side is now on the outside. Okay. At this point, you can pull out your yarn needle, but make sure that you do not lose your stitch. So I just pull it out a little longer. So what you want to do now is grab your fiber fill, and you will stuff the bottom, and you want it stuffed. When you feel it, it should, see how I'm pushing it in now and it's just closing. So once you feel it, it should give you a little resistance because you want it stuffed. So let's do that, and then we will meet back. Okay, once you are comfortable with your stuffing, for the next round, round 13, you want to complete another decrease round. So for this round, you will just start off decreasing. You will just place your hook into that next stitch, pull up a loop, place your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You have your 3 loops on your hook, and pull that hook through, pull to tighten, and you just want to repeat that around, because what you are doing is just closing that center. So just continue doing that, and we will meet back. Okay, I am at my last 2 stitches, so I'm just going to remove my stitch marker so I can complete my decrease. And at this point you can pull that yarn needle out. Remember to pull it long enough to where you won't lose your stitch. Place that stitch marker back. Okay, so you should have a little hole where you still can see that stuffing. Now at this point, if you want, depending on who will be playing with this tool, guys, place some glue so that your little magnet will stay in place. You may be using a different type of magnet, you know, just think with safety on this. So I will be placing a little glue. If you want, you can place it on the, if you want, you can place it on your magnet and then put the magnet in here, you know, just whatever works for you. Okay, and place it in there. You can let it dry if needed, but it should be fine to continue on. So at this point, just grab your needle. You want to chain one. You will cut your yarn. Pull that tail through to finish it off. Okay, and at this point you want to grab your yarn needle. And another good thing to do also when you're making this is to leave a long tail. That way you can pull your yarn back through the body, through this bottom, and that'll make the magnet more visible to make the connection, because you will be connecting it to the next piece. And I'll show you what I mean really quick. You want to be able to have that magnet visible enough to where it will make that connection that you need. Okay, back to work. So the next thing you want to do is just weave in and out of your top stitches. That would be that last row of decreases that we just completed. Don't worry about tightening it right now, just weave around. Once you get back to that stitch marker, that will be enough weaving. You can remove that stitch marker. Complete that last weave. Okay, once you do that, you do not want to lose your magnet when you tighten. So just tighten, pull on your yarn real gentle, keeping that magnet exposed but still inside of your project. We just don't want the little ones trying to pull it out, you know. So just continuously pull it and push it down as you pull, like that. You can still see it. And this one, you know, once you make the middle part, you can make sure before you finalize that middle part that you are making a connection to this one. And once you feel that it's secure, it won't come out, then you just want to weave this tail in. And the way that I do mine is just go through the stitches. Just go through and make sure that the yarn is secure. And then I just want to weave through the stitches. Just continue through the body. Poke it through. Then just cut whatever extra tail you have. And you know what? We have completed our first snowball. And this will be the biggest one, so it will be the bottom of our snowman. And always shape it once you get everything in place. Never lose that magnet. Just shape. just shape it into the snowball that you like. And we will start our middle part next. So for the middle part, you will have a magnet at the top and the bottom. So you need remember your circles or your centers need to be large enough to where that magnet will shine through. So to begin the middle part, it will probably be best to start off with a magic circle. That way you can adjust your center as you go around. So in that center, you just want to place your 6 single crochets. Once you have your 6, remember, place that single crochet into that last single crochet you just made. And then you just want to start with the pattern from our bottom. You just want to do your 2 single crochets in each single crochet around. And at this point, you can leave your yarn tail just in case you need to make adjustments with your center. For our next round, you will be increasing. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets in the next, and you just want to repeat that back around to your stitch marker. Okay, for our next round will be an increase. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and you want to repeat that back around to your stitch marker. Okay, so for our next rounds, it will be 3 rounds. You will complete your single crochets. So you will just start with your single crochet and single crochet in the next, single crochet on around. Once you get to that stitch marker, remove that stitch marker, complete that last single crochet. For your first round, place that stitch marker back, and you just want to continue your single crochets for the next 3 rows, and we will meet back. Okay, so next we will be starting on our decrease rounds. So in the next stitch, you want to place 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, you want to complete your decrease. And you will repeat that pattern back around to your stitch marker, and we will meet back there. Okay, our next round will be a decrease. So you want to place 1 single crochet into that next stitch, do your decrease over the next 2 stitches, and you want to repeat that pattern back around to your stitch marker, and we will meet back there. So I completed my last decrease for the row. So at this point, we still may have our tail. So if you do, what I would advise is to turn it and take your magnet and just drop it in there, and you just testing that opening to see if it needs to be, more or smaller. So you just want to take bottom piece, let me get it, and you just want to see if it makes a connection, if those two connect. And at that point I would know that my opening is okay. So just take it back out, flip it back. You just want to make sure that it's open. I would stick a finger through it, grab that yarn tail, and we're working on the wrong side. And you just want to secure that tail before moving on. Just make sure that it is secure. Cut that yarn tail. You will not need it. It will just get in the way of your magnet. Okay, if you haven't done so, go ahead and make sure that the right side is what you see. Glued and place that magnet on top. Okay, that's why I did this one, because you want it to stay in place once you start stuffing. So use that piece first and get it in there and make sure you got your magnet positioned correctly before moving on. Once you can see it and you're comfortable with it, then you just need to go ahead and stuff this piece, and we will meet back. Okay, and you're just following the same steps from the previous round. Once you do your stuffing, you just want to decrease because you need to close this top. So just start in the next stitch, and you want to decrease over the next 2 stitches. Pull it tightly, and you just want to continue around. Just don't worry about the stuffing. As you work around, just push it back in and it will work out. And we will meet back once you are back at the stitch marker. Okay, I am back at my stitch marker. So I just want to remove it, and I'm going to complete my decrease. Make sure that you still can see opening, because you need to place your second magnet there. So at this point, you want to chain 1, leave a tail, pull that tail through. Once again, grab that glue if you need it. Okay, so with this one, we're going to start off just as we did the bottom. Just chain 2, place 6 single crochets into that center. You will place 2 single crochets into each single crochet that you just made, total of 12. Next, you want to place 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and you will repeat that around. For the next 3 rows, you will single crochet around, just single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and just repeat that around back to your stitch marker. Remember, when you get to your stitch marker, remove that stitch marker, complete that last single crochet for that row, place that stitch marker back, and just continue around until you have a total of 3 single crochet rows, and we will meet back at that stitch marker. Okay, I am at my stitch marker for my last row of single crochets. So this will be the head part, and we're not using as many rows as before. So at this point, go ahead and cut your yarn tail, because it will get really tight. So let's go ahead and turn our work. And this depends on what you feel will be best for you. If you want, you can go ahead and stuff the head, or you can go to the next step and complete your decrease. So in that first stitch, we want 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, we want to do a decrease, and we will repeat that around to the stitch marker. And at this point, I will stuff this part of the project. And once you have it stuffed, you will be decreasing around back to that stitch marker. So in the next stitch, just start your decrease. Remember, that's over 2 stitches, and we will meet back at our stitch marker. I am completing my last decrease. I will remove that stitch marker. Okay, and you should have a hole, and it should be big enough for you to place that magnet there. And if you need to build it up at this point, if you can look down and see your cotton, then you need to put a little bit more, because you don't want that magnet to be buried in there. So I need to add some more to mine. So our next step would be to fasten off your work, chain 1, cut your yarn, leave a tail, and remember, if you need your stitch marker back in here, you can put it back. If not, it's fine. Okay, once you cut your yarn, grab your yarn needle, and you just want to weave in and out. Grab your glue, place some on there, place your magnet, and go ahead and pull your tail to get it in place. Once you're satisfied with it, go ahead and weave in your yarn tail, and we will meet back. Okay, so I'm just going to put it down and have some fun for a minute with you guys and build me a snowman. There's my snowman. So that's fun, you know. I'm a mom and a grandma, and I'm sitting here building a snowman. So I'm telling you, they'll have fun. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna have fun building my snowman, and you know, I hope you enjoyed making this little project. You know, it's fun, and remember, these are magnets, so they're gonna have fun doing it. Like I said, I'm having fun. It's even like a puzzle just to get it, you know, in the position that you like. But I'm gonna keep playing with it and see what I come up with. And once again, thank you guys for spending a little time with Yarnsensation.